Before we start today's episode, I just want to say something really quick. This morning, I opened my channel and I saw that 2 people had subscribed. And yeah, I know, 2 doesn't sound like much. But honestly, for me, it was huge. I actually laughed out loud. I jumped up. I couldn't stop smiling. It gave me this crazy boost of energy to keep going. Later today, I went out for coffee with a friend, and at some point they looked at me and said, "Why are you in such a good mood today? You seem really happy." And I didn't even explain it properly. I just smiled and said, "Nothing specific, just something really big happened." But this was it. This was the reason. I just wanted you to know that because it wasn't about the number. It was about the fact that someone out there watched my work and thought, yeah, I trust this. So if you're one of those 2 people, thank you. Really, that meant more than you probably realize. Even if only 2 people listen, I'm still going to show up. I'm still going to improve, and I'm still going to make every episode better than the last. This is just the start, and that little moment this morning, yeah, I won't forget it. Oh, and if you feel like it, drop a comment. Tell me your name, where you're from, and why you decided to subscribe. I'm actually really curious. All right, let's get into today's topic. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. Before we start today's episode, let me ask you something. When you hear the word holiday, what comes to your mind first? Relaxing on a beach, exploring a new city, or just getting away from daily stress? In this episode, we're talking about travel and holidays, one of the most common topics in the IELTS speaking test. But as always, you won't hear just one answer. You're going to hear the same candidate, the same topic, and the same exam conditions, performed at 3 different band levels. Listen carefully because the difference is not the questions, it's how the answers are built. All right, let's get started with the first test.
Good morning. Don't worry, just try to relax. Can you tell me your full name, please?
I'm from India.
And are you working or studying at the moment?
I'm a student. I'm 21 years old.
Do you like traveling?
Yes, sometimes. I like it.
Where do you usually go on holiday?
I go to city, near my home, not very far.
Do you prefer traveling alone or with others?
With friends, sometimes alone.
Now I'd like you to describe a holiday you enjoyed. You have 1 minute to prepare.
I went to the beach one time with my friends. The weather was sunny and hot. We swim and relax. I felt good and happy. It was nice.
Why do people like holidays?
Because they want to rest and have fun.
How can holidays be beneficial?
People feel relaxed and happy.
Thank you. That is the end of the speaking test.
Now, let's move on to the second attempt.
Good morning. Can you confirm your full name, please?
Good morning. My name is Sophia.
Where are you from?
I'm from Germany. I'm 25 years old and currently studying full-time.
Are you working or studying at the moment?
I'm a student, but I usually try to travel during my academic breaks.
Do you like traveling?
Yes, I really enjoy traveling. It helps me take a break from routine and experience different cultures.
Where do you usually go on holiday?
I usually visit cities or natural places, like mountains and beaches, depending on my mood.
Do you prefer traveling alone or with others?
I mostly travel with friends or family, but I also enjoy traveling alone sometimes because it gives me more freedom.
Now, describe a holiday you enjoyed.
Last summer, I went to the Alps with a group of friends. We stayed in a small cottage and spent most of our time hiking and enjoying nature. The environment was very peaceful, and it helped me forget about daily stress. Overall, it was a refreshing and memorable experience.
Why do people like holidays?
because holidays allow people to escape their daily routines and reduce stress. They also give people time to focus on themselves.
How can holidays be beneficial?
Traveling can improve mental health, increase cultural awareness, and create meaningful memories.
Thank you. That is the end of the speaking test.
Finally, let's move on to the third and strongest performance.
Good morning. This interview will be recorded. Could you tell me your full name, please?
Good morning. My name is Sophia.
Thank you. And where are you from?
I'm originally from Australia, and I've been living abroad for several years.
Are you working or studying at the moment?
I'm a full-time student, and I plan my travels carefully to balance education and personal growth.
Do you like traveling?
Yes, absolutely. Traveling allows me to explore new cultures, challenge myself, and gain a broader perspective on life.
Where do you usually go on holiday?
I enjoy a mix of destinations, from historical cities to quiet natural landscapes. Each type of trip offers a different kind of experience.
Do you prefer traveling alone or with others?
I enjoy both. Traveling with others is socially rewarding, while solo travel gives me independence and time for self-reflection.
Now, describe a holiday you enjoyed.
One of my most memorable holidays was a trip to Kyoto in Japan. I visited traditional temples, took part in a tea ceremony, and explored peaceful gardens. What made the trip special was the balance between learning and relaxation. It gave me a deeper appreciation for culture and history, and I returned feeling inspired.
Why do people like holidays?
Holidays give people a chance to disconnect from pressure, rediscover themselves, and experience new environments. They play an important role in maintaining mental and emotional well-being.
How can holidays be beneficial?
Holidays reduce stress, encourage cultural understanding, and support personal development. They can also improve communication skills and creativity, especially when people interact with different cultures.
Thank you. That is the end of the speaking test.
Before we wrap up, let's slow down for a moment and really look at what happened in these three tests. You heard the same topic, the same candidate, and very similar questions, but the scores were completely different. Why? At Band 5, the main issue is limited development. The candidate understands the questions, but the answers are extremely short and often stop after one idea. There's very little explanation. Most answers sound like a list of basic facts, rather than real communication. Vocabulary is simple and repetitive, and grammar mistakes appear quite often, especially with verb forms and sentence structure. Fluency is also affected. There are pauses, hesitation sounds, and very little linking between ideas. In short, the examiner can follow the meaning, but the language doesn't show enough control or range to go higher. At Band 7, you can clearly hear a shift. The candidate now develops each answer, usually by adding a reason, an example, or a short explanation. Vocabulary becomes more varied, with topic-related words like routine, culture, experience, awareness. Grammar is generally accurate, and even when mistakes happen, they don't interrupt communication. Most importantly, answers start to sound more natural and connected. Ideas flow better, and the candidate sounds more comfortable speaking at length. That's where the examiner feels, yes, this person can communicate clearly and effectively. The jump from Band 7 to Band 8 is not about using big words. It's about depth and flexibility. At this level, the candidate doesn't just answer the question, they shape the answer. Ideas are organized naturally, often moving from a general point to a personal insight or reflection. Vocabulary is precise and flexible, and grammar structures are used confidently, not carefully. Fluency feels effortless. There's no rushing, no obvious searching for words. The candidate sounds like someone who is thinking in English, not translating. This level shows full control of the language, which is exactly what the examiner is listening for. If you're aiming to improve your IELTS speaking score, don't focus only on new vocabulary lists or complex grammar rules. Focus on how you expand your answers. Give a reason, add an example, share a personal thought. That's what turns a short answer into a high band response. That's the detailed breakdown of today's speaking tests. In the next episode, we'll take another common IELTS topic and once again compare how the same candidate performs at different band levels. Keep listening, keep practicing, and remember, improvement comes from how you speak, not just what you say. See you in the next episode.